Hey friends, Catherine here. Today I want to show you how to fold a seashell. I've got this awesome translucent paper, and I think that will make a really cool seashell. I don't know how well it's going to record, but we'll try it and we'll see. The first thing that you're going to want to do is, if you are working with a paper that has a particular side that you want to be the outside of the seashell, make sure that's facing down. Then take and fold your paper in half, corner to corner. Go, make sure that it's all lined up really well. And then fold it in half, corner to corner. Crease it down. And then open that back up and bring your bottom edges, this one and this one, up along the center crease. So right like this. There we go. Okay, there, and the other one also up along the center crease. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is divide this section into smaller sections. So for that, we're going to start by creating a crease at the top of this section, from that corner to that corner, and crease that down, and then unfold it, and then bring up our bottom point to that crease that we just made, also lined up with the center, and crease it down. That'll allow us to start sectioning out the folded over portion of our origami. So here we go, and then there. Now we've got it divided into quarters. We'll divide that into eighths by bringing those creases to meet their next one, so that they divide their sections in half as well. In half as well, all the way down. And you're going to notice that this starts curling. That's all right. It won't prevent you from completing the fold. You can hold it down, or you can let it curl, or whatever is best for you. There we go. All right, one more. Now in eighths. Now we're going to do some 16ths folds, but not all of them. We'll leave these top two sections their full size, but we're going to fold the rest of these sections down into 16ths folds, because that will give us a smaller, tighter curl for the end of our shell. And this shell is going to be curling. It's gonna, in my opinion, look awesome. It is fairly simple to do, but it looks really cool when it's finished, because in origami, in paper, and in folding particularly, curved lines are not a thing that you get to see very often. Go, there we are, and last section. There we go. Okay, so that's completed. We've got two larger sections and then a bunch of smaller sections. And then what we're going to do is take and fold that back in half along that center crease that was our very first fold. So now we have something flat and kind of like this. Now other tutorials will tell you to fold each of these sections individually in half across. That's really difficult. I find that really challenging, and I also kind of think it's unnecessary, so I skip that step. Instead, what I'm going to do is take and go straight to this step where I fold it in half, and then what I'm going to do is face it upward so that I can see it, and pinch the paper right before this crease, and then press the paper forward so that it ends up creasing forward right like that. And then Those creases that I'm pressing are inside of here, so I'm pressing them inside. And then, same thing with the next one. Go over to the next section, pinch it right before this crease, and press it forward so that the sections go outward and forward. And hopefully, if I do it right, there we go, right up to that tip. There we go. That should do it. And then I think one more, and then we'll stop doing that for just a moment, because there's one other thing that we'll have to do before we finish this out. So we're going to, again, pinch right before that crease with this hand, and then press forward with this hand so that we create, go all the way up like that, from there to there, create that fold on the inside. Okay, that's good. Now what we're going to do is stop for a moment and just make sure everything is really creased down very well, because we're going to pop this back open and crease these tips inside of this pocket. So tip comes up and creases inside, and other side, tip comes up and creases inside. And we can press that back down flat. Now we've got a flat line here, and the paper's starting to come up and rise above this section. And then we're going to continue back on with what we were doing. Pinch right before the previous crease, press it forward, hopefully get a nice line on it, and there we go. Okay, and then crease it down, and continue doing that all the way around, up until there's another point where we're going to do something else, but we'll keep doing this for a moment. Go out and press, and pinch, and outward, and press, and pinch, and outward, and upward, and press. And you should start to see the form of two different spirals here. Go, let's make sure that one's clean. There we go. A clean crease is a happy crease. Oh, come on, you. There we go. Okay. You should start to see the formation of two different spirals here, one along the outside and one along the inside. And that's going to make it look like it's far more spiraled than it actually ends up being. But before we do that, we're going to do, I think, one more. So pinch down here, press outward and upward, and hopefully everything will come up and out, and there we go. Now comes the tricky part, because we've got to flip this inside section out. There we go, right like that. So that this section is all on one side and this is all on the other side. Because if we didn't, we wouldn't be able to keep pressing it, pinching and pressing outward. So that's kind of important. Bring it up and out, and then same thing over again to the back side. And it gets a little bit more challenging at this point. You can kind of twist it so that this gets out of the way while you're doing these first couple of sections. But let's see if we can't convince it to open, and press backward, and you can also do one side and then come back and do the other side. That can help as well. Yep. and then same thing again. Open and out and back, and open and out and back. That kind of crunched right there a little bit, but that's all right. And you're starting to see more of this spiral and this spiral take shape. So just keep on doing that. Oh, if it will cooperate. There we go. And open and outward. There we go. And then same thing for the opposite side, which is the tricky side. Come on, you. Don't be like that. I swear I had this down earlier. Almost done. Just keep curling it around itself. Pinch and open and fold. And to the opposite side, open and fold. There we go. Okay, almost done. A little bit more. This bottom part takes just a little bit of persistence and will and a little bit of just flipping it back outward at the end. Go. Because that is cute too and gives a nice finish to that curl. And you've got the curl going on, and that, my friends, is a seashell. This is the part where the aquatic life lives, and you can press it open and encourage it to be open a little bit right along these edges, just with a little bit of encouragement. That way it can stand up if you set it on that edge, and has this lovely spiral out here and right there, which makes it look far more twisty than it actually is. That's what I did today. I hope you liked it. I hope you want to watch more of the things that I do, because I do new things every day. I'm putting up a video every day. So if you do want to see the things that I do, I encourage you to subscribe. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.